leads Seattle by a score of 2-1 after 20 minutes of play here at the Rose Garden. Ian Furness and Kevin Sawyer back with you upstairs. Entertaining, kind of end-to-end first period of action.
Yeah, it was. I thought it started off with energy. There was some physicality involved. Both teams started their energy lines, their third lines. There was a lot of body contact, and then Portland, to me, kind of set the tone early, putting pucks to the net hard. Man, they play with speed, but hey, Seattle responded well. Like I said, they started their third lines. It was a physical affair to start. Guys are bumping. What a great shot here. Forsberg finishing checks, and that's a key for Seattle if they want to slow down the speed of Portland here. Mumma makes the best save early in the game. I think that settled him down right here. But look how Portland goes to the net. You have to keep your feet moving the whole time because they'll shoot the puck from anywhere, as we see examples here. Look at the execution here. DeLeo, I believe that is, goes to the net. But hey, look at the defense by Seattle. Here's the goal. Portland knows where everybody is on the ice. So that's why those guys lead the league in points. They find each other, and look at the dedication and determination by Leipzig. Little drop the shoulder. He freezes Mumma, gets it upstairs. And the other end of things here, Seattle pushed back hard here. What a timely goal that was with 19 seconds left in the first period.
All right, let's take a look at some of the numbers in that first period of play. And there you see the numbers. They hit 6-4. Pretty good physical first period of play.
Yeah, I agree, and we're going to see more of that. I think that's got to be a huge part of Seattle's game plan, Ian. If they want to have a chance, they've got to slow down the speed and skill of Portland by getting on the body and bumping.
Seattle getting that late power play goal was a big one. By the way, we should mention that elsewhere in the Western Hockey League right now, Kamloops on top of Prince George. If that score holds up, it's 2-0. Prince George will be out, and Everett will clinch tonight. A little clearer picture of the Western Hockey League playoff race. Let's go back downstairs, get a feel for things before the start of the second period with Kevin Uretsky. Kevin?
Oh, that's going to be good news for the Portland Winterhawks. You think the Hawks wanted to make a trip all the way up to Prince George, potentially, if the Cougars snuck in at 8. I will tell the folks watching at home, if you were with us at the top of the broadcast, you saw us talk to Nick Petan and Brendan Leipzig. After we finished recording the interview, kind of said to both of them, now, that's pregame, fellas. Postgame, of course, depends on what happens on the ice. They each kind of gave me a little wink and said, all right, we'll see what happens. And so far tonight, Brendan Leipzig is doing what he can to earn a little extra TV time a little bit later tonight with 2 goals to stretch out his lead at the top of the WHL scoring race as we await the teams here on the ice for the second period in just a couple of moments. Kev?
Thank you very much. And I really didn't know, I think none of us did. Kevin Uretsky, you, Kevin Sawyer, myself. I don't think any of us expected or knew what to expect from this game tonight. In fact, Kevin Uretsky with a full house here and a loud building, I think the atmosphere changes how those bench dynamics are. But when you're talking to Leipzig and Petan before the game, I mean, they're brutally honest with you. It's like, hey, we've clinched. What else is there to do? I mean, we know we're going to win the scoring race. We've clinched, but they didn't play like that in the first period.
No, they didn't. As a matter of fact, you mentioned at one point during the first minute that Leipzig even took a double shift. So, you know, Travis Green, we'll see as the game wears on whether Travis will spot those guys a little more, you know, as we head down the home stretch before next weekend. But the game had, as we've mentioned, good pace and excellent intensity.
Oh, I agree. And these guys are professionals, and you see it coming out here. They are trained to prepare and to perform at a high level night in and night out, no matter what's at stake. You can hear Petan earlier in the pregame show say that it's a nothing weekend. But you know what? He won't play like that because he is a professional. He's a competitor, and it shows here in the first period from Portland.
Portland's got 11 players that are eligible for the 2013 draft. So 11 players are playing to be drafted in June by an NHL team. And as we've pointed out with Peters and Witkowski, even if you're not drafted, you still have a chance to sign. That's the most important thing. But that's part of the key to this league is every night, whether it's tonight or whether it was back in September and October, there's National Hockey League scouts watching you.
You're being watched, baby. Every single night, if you're not being evaluated and judged by your coaches, by your general manager, there's NHL scouts in every single building, and you just don't know when they're going to be looking at you. You have to make a statement every time you step on the ice.
14 Seattle Thunderbirds are eligible, by the way, for the 2013 draft as well. 2 players have been drafted. Brandon Truk, who's out with an injury, and Alexander Delnov. But guys like Shea Theodore, Justin Hickman, and others, they're thinking about that draft. Hickman not listed on the Central Scouting Board. That surprises me. Nice player, tough kid. We'll see what happens in June. Drop of the puck in the second period of play is brought to you by Travelodge. Travelodge, where you're always close to adventure with over 350 great locations all across the USA. Big hit behind the play as Baker ran into Forsberg.
He's been physical right from the very first shift of the game.
Sheen with the puck over skates it, and it's back to center ice. Seattle with those 6 shots on goal on that power play to end the period. Ended up with 13 for the first period. 13-11 the shots after 20 minutes of play. Baker carries it in. A shot that goes high and wide. Peters will get to it. Just under 11,000 people here tonight. Incredible crowd. What a great facility, too.
Oh, it's got a great atmosphere here. They got the upper deck curtained off, and it doesn't that say a whole lot about the fans here in Portland, where it's a, hey, quote-unquote, nothing weekend, but they come out in numbers here to support their team.
Sanvito stick handling into the corner. Got away from a man, tipped it ahead. Connor Honey reaching out, trying to find it as Pouliot gives chase. Swings it over to his defensive partner, Try Rutkowski. Rutkowski 237, make it 238 straight games for the Winterhawks captain. Iron Man for this team.
Love that stat, boy. We talked about that with Fazer, who set the record here in the WHL.
Here's a shot by Hickman, and he scores! Justin Hickman got it. It's a 2-2 hockey game.
Well, did you call that before the opening face-off here in the second period? He hasn't had a whole, he's not rated Central Scouting, undrafted, but he has got all the tools. He's got a well-rounded game. He's got a gird his game, plays physical, and as you can see there, he's got some skill with a great release. He gets his 12th of the season, pucks on his stick and off his stick in the back of the net just as quickly. Hey, great bump up shift to end the first period, pardon me, and what a great way here, a minute 20 into the second to start. 2-2 hockey game, sorry.
I just look at this kid, he's 6'3", he's 210, he fits that prototype. You can tell better than me, is it skating what holds him back? He's a tough guy, he'll drop the mitts, he's wearing an A as an 18-year-old. Doesn't make sense to me sometimes what they're looking for, but you know, guys like that you want on your team. It's like Rutkowski, you know, maybe he doesn't fit somebody's prototype, but someone still signed him as we get an icing call. That's the interesting part about the dynamic of this league, the draft picks, is Brendan Burke unable to find that puck, and just like that, we're tied at 2.
I'll tell you what, fellas, you talk about the emotion in the game, and mentally, of course, the T-Birds want to believe, regardless of who they play. They look like they believe a little bit right now, and I can tell you, whether or not there's something to play for this weekend, the Winterhawks are now into the game, and Travis Green is making sure of that team does not relax. He's not very happy right now.
Hickman's from Kelowna, maybe wants to go up there and play at home for the playoffs.
That's a good guess.
Delio down low. Yeah, he might be the one guy. Yeah, let's go home.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, though, there's one thing for certain here. Portland will not pack up here and go home. They're going to get better like they always do as the game progresses here. It'll be a great test here for Seattle to see how they get better as the game forwards.
Sheen with Hickman. Smith as well. Sheen backhander save. Hickman fanned on the rebound and held in, though. Forsberg up high. Bouncing puck settled by Sheen. Burke got a stick on it as Forsberg holds it in.
Good intention by Sheen. I love the fact that he just shot that puck. He's got his butt on the wall. He's about 5 feet above the goal line. Everybody thinks he's passing it to the corner to Cam Bites. Fires it on net. Goalie's not expecting it. Nobody was.
Hansen deep in his own end. He'll get the puck ahead, and Kopech will dump it in, get a piece of it, so icing waved off as Bear has it behind the net. High draft pick for Seattle, making his debut tonight. Well, actually, maybe not his debut, but certainly it is his debut. Yeah, he's been playing a lower level as Leipzig lets it go.
15 years old, playing his first game in the league.
10,000 people.
Look who's on the ice.
Here's a shot and a goal! Tyrati and Knuckler that just snuck in. Pass, move on. It's a 3-2 hockey game. That's a goal scorer's goal. That came out of nowhere.
What a great release. The pass was right on the button for the one-timer, but I'll tell you what, I think this is probably a mistake here for Seattle. They just lost their matchup. Like I said, they've got the 15-year-old Bear on the blue line matched up against the best trio in the entire CHL, if you ask me. You just can't have those kind of mismatches on the ice to pay the price as Ratty gets the 3rd of the game for Portland.
That's just a heartbreaker. You come back from a 2-0 deficit before 10,000 people, and you give up really kind of and I couldn't tell if it was deflected, but to be honest with you, a fluttering puck that just kind of found its way to the back of the net. Goal scorers get those goals, but you got to make the save too. Tyrati. By the way, I think safe to say Tyrati would be running away with the scoring race in the Western Hockey League if not for the fact that he was representing his country at the World Junior Championships for Canada. Number 3 in the league coming in with 104 in terms of points before tonight. Ty Ratty, the St. Louis draft pick. They got a good one. Down low. Centering pass in front. Cam Bites scores! Tied at 3. Back and forth we go. Tit for tat, just like that.
Well, what you can do, we can do better here. And we talk about bump-up shifts. How good has Seattle been at that? The Jolly Green Giant, number 32 for Seattle, gets the puck on his stick, spins and fires a hard pass out to 26 Cam Bites net front. He's only 5 feet off the post. I don't know how he finds and tracks that puck. Look how fast the puck comes out to Cam Bites in the slot. It's Elliott in the corner. He cycles it to 32 Green, spins on his stick, and bam, he gets that upstairs quick. Nice play by Seattle. They're back in it.
Seattle and Portland entertaining the folks on Root Sports tonight on Friday Night Ice, our final game of the year, and they're making it a dandy. Heck of a rebound shift again by Seattle. I mean, this is Portland. Usually when they score a goal, it's like the goal song's on a loop. You just keep playing it over and over again, but the Thunderbirds have come back as Sanvito goes to the corner. Swenson digs it out.
You talk about Colin Walchuk and the mismatch against on the third goal against. Well, he's done a fantastic job making sure he's got the right personnel on the ice after a goal for or against. He's got guys of the likes of Elliott, Cam Bites, Green, big bodies who are going to get the puck down low and generate offense back by cycling the puck.
Connor Honey carries it in. Back to Sanvito in the slot. Swing and a miss to Champlain will start the rush 2-on-2. Iverson goes after it. Theodore pushes him off the puck, and Connor Honey will try to poke it free to Swenson.
How about the transition for Portland, boy? You make one bad play in the offensive zone, they're going back from defense to offense in a flash.
Sticked aside by Mumma. Shot 17-12 favoring Seattle now. Not often Portland gets outshot, especially in their own building, but there is a long way to go in this hockey game, tied at 3. Puck dumped in. Mumma reaches out, leaves it for Smith. Jarrett Smith, the 17-year-old from Surrey, ahead to Lockhart. The 20-year-old captain will dump it in. Luke Lockhart, number 20 for Seattle, as Pittsburgh's taken down. A guy that has, speaking of Ironman, he's number 2 all-time on games played for Seattle's list. The guy that's number 1, no one's ever going to top him. That's Glenn Goodall. Leads the Western Hockey League. Delio coming in. Delio shoots and the save made. Mumma loses the puck. And he has to cover up and hold on. Is right there on top of it. Was Kopech almost able to poke it home.
What a play by Delio. Look at the display of skill on this kid as he comes in, a left-handed shot on his off wing, and he puts the puck through the triangle of the stick here. Look at backhand, forehand, through the triangle, and before they can recover, the shot's on net. Mumma makes the save, but bobbles the rebound there. But a real nice, crafty play by Delio, pardon me, on the entry.
Portland's got the number 1 line back out there, but I mean, I know the points say different and draft picks and everything else, but what kind of difference is there as we got a penalty coming up against Seattle? Cam Bites knocked down Patan. They're going to go high sticking here. Cam Bites is sideways mad about that penalty as Patan just went down, but that stick might have got up. I'm not sure if we have a replay to look at or not, but Cam Bites takes a seat. He's upset. Should be. His team has battled back to tie the game at 3. Now you put what is a lethal power play back on the ice.
I agree with you. I didn't see it in the speed of the game, Ian, but what bad timing here. Seattle does great things to get themselves back in the game. It looks like they shoot themselves in the foot at times with undisciplined or breakdowns, whether it be line matchups or just turnovers. But this is a huge kill for Seattle here. How many times can they come back?
Rutkowski's out on the blue line. Along with, we'll put a forward back there. I think it's Patan. Leipzig will cut in. Yeah, Patan and Rutkowski are on the points. Down low, it's Leipzig. Taylor Peters out there. Hoff hammers his man in the corner as Leipzig got bumped off that play. And a lead pass. Lockhart short-handed, cutting in, shoots and missed the short side. He leads the Western Hockey League. Does Lockhart in short-handed goals.
7 short-handed goals for. That's amazing. 7 short-handed goals on the season. He's great defensively, block shots, does everything necessary to kill the penalty, but boy, a potent threat offensively as well.
Peters down low. Ty Ratty. And Peters 2-man game. Leipzig controlling the front of the net, taken away by Hickman. He'll backhand and clear.
Nice job by Hickman on his backhand. You don't want to encourage clearing the puck on your backhand, but he does a great job bearing down, getting that puck up and over top of the head of the defenseman for Portland and clears it 200 feet.
San Vito working against 3 Winterhawks in the corner, trying to kill some clock. It's about 10 seconds out of that as Leipzig will dig it free, and here he comes to the blue line around Hickman. Leipzig, Wotherspoon, shot, Muma, save, he'll hold on.
Nice job by Leipzig on the entry. He's so shifty, so light on his feet, and when he does, I'm convinced this is a plan. He enters wide, he makes a couple shifty moves, he draws the attention of the defender and the tracking forward. He's got 3 guys on him before you know it. He makes a pass up high, and all of a sudden there's a lane open to the net by drawing attention to himself.
You know what I think is interesting, fellas? You might think last weekend of the regular season we'll play some other guys on the power play. Travis Green not electing to go that way. That first unit played the first 124 of that power play.
Now still a scoring race to be determined, so you got to think about that, especially with a man from Kamloops trying to close in. Here comes a chance. Kopech shot off the post. You heard the ring right there. Puck dug free. Here comes Lockhart. Short-handed. Luke Lockhart in on goal. Save made by Burke, and another save off Swenson. Delio will dump it in. Kopech, centering pass. It's broken up. Man, there we go. End to end on a Friday night and short-handed. Kambites in on goal. Shoots it. Another save by Burke.
Is this a hockey game or a track meet?
Bjorkstrand hit with a shot going that just hit the goaltender and stayed out. We are back to even strength as the puck goes up out of play. And we get a whistle.
I can hear the heartbeats from both coaches on the benches. Everybody in the building loves this except for those 2 men right there. This isn't how you draw up your game plans. Look at the straight face of Travis Green. Some defensive breakdowns definitely, but it starts with Lockhart. 7 goals, short-handed, almost has 8. What I love about this is nobody gives up on the play. Second opportunity, and here comes the third on the wraparound by Lockhart. And then we go back the other way. Well, here's Seattle's chance again as Kambites is up by the blue line, mysteriously left all alone on a breakaway. Unbelievable chances end to end for both teams. Wow.
By the way, we are back to even strength. There you see the shots, 2017 favoring Seattle. 3 apiece on the power play. 3 shorthanded for Seattle and 3 on the power play for Portland as that puck goes up into the Seattle bench and out of play. Well, if they're going to play like this, I'll silently just go ahead and root for a Seattle-Portland first-round matchup.
It's entertaining, and I'll tell you what, if they're going to play like this, Seattle will lose. There's no question about that. They just cannot match the skill and the speed that Portland has. If they want to open it up, it's not going to fare well for them.
Yeah, they're not going to play like this during a playoff series. Period.
Yeah, it's like getting into a fast break contest if you're the Generals against the Globetrotters, isn't it? You just don't want to do it. It's not going to work for you in the end, but you got to love the way Seattle plays. Isn't this, though, the Seattle team you were talking about, though, Kevin?
You bet it is. They're playing with confidence. They've got a bit of swagger, some speed. They're taking chances when it's the right time to take a chance, but you're right. I like the way they're playing so far.
I think if you're Seattle, you just say this is a precursor of maybe things to come in the next year as Elliott finishes his check well behind the play against Wotherspoon. Bounces to the line, and Bergeron has it. Knocked to the ice. Wotherspoon through traffic, bouncing puck, rolls around. Bears out there again. Boy, that's a trial by fire. Here you go. Welcome to the Western Hockey League with 10,000 people in an NHL rink.
And it's not like there isn't something at stake here for Seattle. Good for Connor Walchuk to throw the kid out there and show some confidence in him.
Wotherspoon, lead pass right side, carried in by Iverson, shot up high. Muma might have had that go off his shoulder and up to the line and out. Wotherspoon there. Boy, is he steady, number 26.
Doesn't panic ever. He uses his feet so well, kicks the puck up to his stick. He's just always in control.
For those guys, if you like the game of hockey, you like 26 for Portland.
Yep.
Simple as that. Centering pass, Wotherspoon off his stick. Jinxed him. Borobev dumps it down low.
Second round pick, 2010 to the Calgary Flames. Bright future for him.
Yeah, Swenson finishing his check. Ty Ratty from his knees, centering pass, broken up.
That was Crosby-like, wasn't it, on his knees? He wires a pass to the back door, just about connected.
There's so many players that you just love watching for the Winterhawks. They do different things. You talk about Wotherspoon, just calm, cool, stay at home, still have some good skills. Ratty out there dangling, doing his thing. Ty Ratty with the puck on his stick, he'll dump it in. Patan. Down low, Patan dancing around. And Hickman able to get it away for Seattle, and he carries to center ice, drops it in, looking for Sheen. But Rutkowski is there. They bump in the corner. Hickman digs it out. This pass bounces around and comes to Rutkowski, and Troy Rutkowski signing with Ottawa on Monday this week. Congratulations to him. Well earned, well deserved.
Love those stories. I'll never get tired of hearing those ones. The late bloomer gets rewarded.
All right, 9 minutes and 29 seconds left to go. We have reached the midway point of this hockey game. Seattle 3, Portland 3. Friday Night Ice on Root Sports continues.
On Root Sports, the Winterhawks and the Seattle Thunderbirds all tied at 3 here with acting head coach of the Winterhawks, Travis Green. And I would assume that this track meet back and forth is something you might want to tighten down on a little bit.
Well, I like the pace of the game. We want to play a high-paced game. That's kind of one of our staples, but we've turned a couple pucks over through the neutral zone that are, really bad plays that cost us goals.
What's the most important thing for your team as you finish up this weekend in the regular season?
Well, for us, we want to be playing well and fundamentally strong going into the playoffs. Make good decisions with the puck, play at a high speed, and compete. So I like the way we've played tonight, but we've got to get away from some of the careless mistakes.
All right, fair enough. Travis, thanks for the time. All right, Travis Green. Ian, back up to you.
Kevin, thank you. Thanks to Travis as well. Back behind the play, Pouliot was kind of slow after he took a hit behind the play, and Kevin Sawyer will keep an eye on him. As Smith has the puck down low to Peters. To Champlain. Now Peters and Lockhart doing battle. Those two veterans and get it to Pouliot. Long shot, hit a body in front. And dug free by Luke Lockhart. 2-on-2, they'll start the rush.
Well placed shot by Pouliot as he sees Delnov sliding the block, and he gets it up and over.
Delnov threw it down low, nobody there. Leipzig comes back to gather it in for Portland.
I love the way Leipzig is so willing to take a hit to make a play.
Hickman picked up a loose puck and from a sharp angle couldn't quite finish it off. Lipsburg was trying to get off on a change as Leipzig will carry it in. He's got Ratty going to the front of the net. Here's Ty Ratty, dropped it back. Leipzig on the backhand, it's loose. A big scramble for the puck, and we get a whistle and a stoppage.
You have got to be kidding me. How do they connect with that pass as Leipzig has about an inch of a lane to get that puck up to Ratty? He connects, and it comes back to Leipzig, pardon me, and the slot just doesn't find that open lane to the net.
You can't make those passes on a video game sometimes. they don't connect. But they do here, don't they?
Well, they just have that second nature where they just know where each other are. They're willing to make mistakes, to make a creative play, but they just reek of confidence when they play together. These three are amazing to watch.
Again, go back. 331 combined points before tonight for those three. Incredible number. No threesome has ever finished 1-2-3. When I say threesome, I mean three teammates have never finished 1-2-3 in the Western Hockey League scoring race. A number of times there's been two guys from the same team that have finished 1 and 2, 2 and 3. Never all three from the same team in the top three, and those three could do that this year. Especially with Ratty missing, a month or so of games with the World Junior team. Remarkable.
Three teammates, three line mates. I'm certain I could have even got a goal if I played with those guys all year.
You got a couple back in the day, I remember. One or two.
You're being little, aren't you?
Well, you're
trying to embarrass me.
Gretzky can help. He watched you play too. I don't know.
Absolutely. Kevin would have come through.
Everybody asks me how many goals I had in the NHL, and I say, can I include the disallowed?
I remember, you could hear Brian Maxwell from upstairs. Soar in front of the player. Get in the middle.
Dump it and get off.
How many were off the stick or how many were off the body? As Mumma will glove it and hold on. That's the question right there. Doesn't matter. They all count the same, right?
I forget. I lost that in my concussion.
Let's take a look at the scores elsewhere in the Western Hockey League. Victoria leading Everett 1-0 there in the second. We'll paint the picture for you in the second. All right, so Victoria on top of Everett 1-0. Spokane leading Tri-City 2-0 in the second period of that hockey game. And then we'll also mention just Kamloops was on top, I think still is, on top of Prince George 2-0. So even though Everett's trailing, are actually leading right now in terms of closing out that final playoff spot. If Prince George loses in Kamloops tonight, at last report they were down 2-0. If that score holds up, Everett is in 10 years in the league, and it could be 10 straight playoff appearances for the Everett Silvertips. despite a coaching change this year as well.
Yeah, that says something, doesn't it? The way they came into the league on fire with Kevin Constantine as their coach. They just 10 years and they haven't missed the playoffs. That's unbelievable.
Next stoppage, too, we'll mention that the Spokane and Tri-City series, home ice advantage, it still means something if it goes to 7, but it might be a little bit different this year as Theodore carries it in. In front, oh, he had Lipsburg's cutting in, and Lipsburg's unable to make a play on that nice crossing pass.
What a pinpoint pass by Theodore. I can't believe that he couldn't handle that puck. He had time and space. It just explodes off of his stick. This is a guy that has 53 points, pardon me, on the year.
25 goals. He's number 2 among Western Hockey League rookies in terms of goals as Lipsburg's, and that pass was perfect. He'll try again against Rutkowski. Long shot, gloved by Burke. He'll hold on and drop it off. Seattle completes a change, and Portland does as well. Out comes the Leipzig Ratty Patan line, and Patan has it on his stick. Dug out, and Forsberg will come away for Seattle. Here's Leipzig intercepting. Leipzig in the slot. Ratty in front, looking for Patan. Leipzig was taken down in a penalty upcoming against Seattle. Ratty on the delay call. His shot got blocked, and Smith trying to touch up, cannot. Extra attacker on, the goaltender's pull. And now it'll be touched by Hickman, and the whistle will sound at that point in time as Seattle gets ready to try to kill another Portland power play in a 3-3 hockey game. A couple reminders for you. First of all, these same two teams battle tomorrow night at the ShoWare Center in Kent, and they may battle in the first round of the playoffs. Playoff tickets are on sale right now for the Thunderbirds home playoff games. They're guaranteed at least 2. SeattleThunderbirds.com for ticket information. That's SeattleThunderbirds.com. And again, it's Fan Appreciation Night in Seattle tomorrow night. The ShoWare Center in Kent, to be exact. Head on out there and watch these play. If tomorrow's like this, you want to be there at the ShoWare Center, what could be a heck of a hockey game with these two rivals meeting for the 12th and final time. Power play for Portland in a 3-3 game. Ratty, Leipzig, Patan! Rutkowski batted that puck up in the air. Mumma got a piece of it. Puck is on the side of the net. They're hammering away. And now Forsberg and Leipzig tangle. And Mumma able to cover up. Well, you got to love the young 16-year-old netminder Mumma. He is a completely different goaltender than we saw up in Everett our first game of the year.
I agree 100%. He was losing his crease before the first time we saw him play this year, but tonight he's had all sorts of bodies to contend with. He's fought for his space. He's been good tonight, no question about it.
Seattle will need a goaltender next year full time. Is their number 1 netminder. Brandon Glover's a 20-year-old. He's done. Justin Miles, who they hoped would contend for that job and really kind of push Glover this season. Miles suffered an injury off ice, and he has been out for the year and has not played in some time. In fact, he only played 8 games this season. They would expect Miles, if he can come back healthy, and Mumma to battle it out for the number 1 job. But Mumma, the 16-year-old from Colorado, one of 4 Americans on the Seattle roster. And a nice solid game tonight. Forsberg wraps it along the boards. Cam bites. Well, you saw Lockhart just kind of patrolling the blue line, trying to look for that shorthanded chance. Forsberg gets it, wraps it along the boards again, held in by Pouliot.
And that's just Lockhart being intelligent. First,
Rutkowski down low, a shot. What a save as Mumma got a piece of it, I think, or did he just go high and wide? Nope, missed it.
Just high and wide.
Yeah, he got
Wow.
that up. That was a 9-iron. But more on Lockhart, where he does such a good job. He's committed to defense. Don't be mistaken, but he makes intelligent decisions jumping on offense when he's killing penalties. Really dangerous.
I just saw something I haven't seen in a while during the course of play. Ty Ratty had to take some of that shift off. They sent him to the bench, the officials did, to remove his necklace.
No jewelry, apparently.
Nope.
No bling bling.
Ratty, Leipzig, dropped it off. Wow.
Unselfish right there. Didn't shoot the puck, had a chance to. Backhand pass to Patan.
Patan now with it. Cuts in front, shot, save, rebound on the doorstep. Somehow it stayed out. Hoff might have got it off the line, the defenseman.
That's exactly what happened. It was a wide open net. Hoff gets his blade on it.
Leipzig shot, save, rebound, fired wide. Still a ton of time left to go in the power play. Pouliot at the line. Tipped away. Back it goes to Pouliot. Patan. Peters is in front with Leipzig in front of the goal. Off Swenson's skate, just wide of the net, Leipzig. Dancing around the base of the circle, Brendan Leipzig. Here's Patan. Looking backdoor for Rowdy. Couldn't get the pass through. Leipzig. Now to Pouliot. In front. Save on the short side. Peters will gather it in. 20 seconds to go in the power play. Petan. Nick Petan still with it. 10 seconds to go in the man advantage. Rolls in front, loose. Taken away by Swenson, and he will clear. 3 shots on goal during that power play as it expires.
What a confident group right there. They've got some swagger, and that's a good sign. It's not cocky, but it's confident, and they move the puck. They take chances, and they have all sorts of skill to back that up with.
We're still out there. We're back to even strength, and Shea Theodore, one of the top skaters, has a 3-on-1. Theodore in on goal, shoots, glove save made by Burke. He reached up and snatched it out of the air.
I'm not surprised one bit that Theodore shot that puck. It was a 3-on-1 early in the neutral zone, but Portland's forward tracking back does a great job cutting the ice in half. Theodore doesn't pass the puck because he knows he's got back pressure, and I think that Burke reads that. He has the glove ready. Theodore shoots it hard, but right into it.
I'll tell you what, on the power play, Mumba was doing everything he could, both athletically and physically, to somehow see through Taylor Peters, who was camped out on the crease for the entire minute plus and minute 30 plus.
Lipsburg's behind the net. Finds Barrett the blue line. Lockhart. Centering pass. Nobody home. Tip to the corner. Delnov and Lipsburg's. They'll cycle it down to Lockhart.
This is where Seattle's at their best right here. They put the puck below the goal line. They cycle it better than any other team in the league.
Lipsburg's in front. Wrapped it around and went wide.
How many chances have they generated below the goal line?
Bear cutting in. And rookie, defenseman, got pretty deep. Delnov getting back defensively and trying to help him out as Portland starts the rush. DeChamplain hits the line. Still with it. Backhanded in front and sticked aside by Mumba. Delnov, final part of his shift. Puts the brakes on, let a shot go. Ooh, bounced in front. Sanvito couldn't get a shot, but Elliott does. And the save made by Burke with 2:10 left to go in the middle period.
You know, you want to know what a playoff shift looks like? That was just it right there. Seattle does an excellent job being responsible. I talk about the swagger and the skill that Portland has to back it up with on one end. Well, Seattle, they are not Portland. They put the puck low below the goal line. They're content to try to grind it out and generate offense by getting the puck off the wall down low and taking it to the net hard. They did a great job of it there.
Mitch Elliott's had a strong game for Seattle, kind of a tone-setting game in some ways. Shots are even in the period, 12 apiece. Here could be a 2-on-1 for Portland. It is. Bjorkstrand shoots, scores! Oliver Bjorkstrand, the leading rookie scorer in the Western Hockey League, has put the Winterhawks on top 4-3.
The Great Dane gets his 30th of the year, 62nd point. What a high-risk play it is by Forsberg on the blue line. He leaves his feet trying to keep the puck in. It's all or nothing. It turned out to be nothing for Seattle. This is a 2-on-1, and Portland just doesn't make a mistake here.
It's not a team you can do that against. You cannot take the risk. They're too good. Doesn't matter if it's line 1 or line 4. And Bjorkstrand, so good this season, the leading rookie scorer. One of the top prospects for the 2013 draft, and he just snapped that right on by Mumba.
It's all about decision making, Ian, and you look at Forsberg on the blue line right there. You have to play the percentages. If you have an F3 high tracking back and you've got the support, stand up. If you don't, which he didn't, you make the wrong play if you go on your heels.
A hard puck off the backboards, and Leipzig was there. He almost hammered it home for a 2-goal advantage. Theodore back down low and picks up the puck. Seattle's come back on 3 different occasions tonight. Can they make it a 4th?
Going to see a penalty here against Portland for kneeing on Joey Baker.
There's a chance in front with the extra tacker on. Cam bites. Couldn't get the shot away. Kneeing penalty. I didn't see it. It was back behind the play.
Jared Hoff was moving the puck up ice. The big 6'3" defenseman for Seattle, and Joey Baker. I think they got the wrong guy here. Oh, they got 2. Oh, they're confused. It is Joey Baker as he goes to administer a hit. Hoff steps out of the lane and Baker reaches for him with his knee, and you just cannot do that. It's just so, you can hurt people so bad that way. Knee on knee, guaranteed 2 minutes minimum.
So Seattle goes back to work on the power play. For one power play goal tonight is Honey has it in the slot. Delnov couldn't handle it.
Much like the end of the first period here, Ian, where Seattle makes a mistake and they pay for it. Now here on the power play, can they do it again?
Seattle's 1 for 2 with the man advantage. Connor Honey in the slot. Delnov to Theodore. He's got 19 goals on the season as a Seattle defenseman. Shot off the outside of the post by Connor Honey. Hear that with the audio here. Now the puck played by Delnov between the two defensemen. It goes back inside the zone. 50 seconds to go in the period. 1:25 left to go in the man advantage as Theodore plays it back behind the net.
What a release by Honey. He's missed some games this year, only 55 games, 51 points. He's got more points per game than anybody else on the Seattle Thunderbirds.
Pouliot on the boards, didn't get it out. Connor Honey has it now. Honey rolling puck, trying to settle it down. Backhanded it down to Luke Lockhart. Delnov looking for Theodore at the blue line. Instead it goes to Honey. Pressure by Patan. Theodore. Nice little move. Backhander in front. Burke is there to make the save and hold on. Looking for the function.
It's plays like that that Theodore is 7th among defensemen scoring in the league. He's so patient. He's done that a number of times tonight where he skates to the net, head up, represents shot, holds it, fakes, and he just buys himself more time in a better shooting angle here as he freezes the defender for Portland, opens up a lane, puts the puck to the net. What skill.
Well, Lockhart just trying to get a shaft of the stick on that puck to try to redirect. Unable to do so, and Burke was there steady as she goes and made the nice save. Cam Bites, Elliott, Delnov, Theodore Honey out there for Seattle. Peters, terrific face-off man to take the draw against Cam Bites. Rutkowski, Leipzig, and Wotherspoon, the penalty killers for Portland. Gotta love the fact that Leipzig and Patan, top 2 scorers in the league, 2 penalty killers as well. Side of the net, Burke is able to cover up and hold on as Wotherspoon took a Seattle player out in the process, and the sticks get up. 6.1 seconds left to go on the second period. We'll have a little carryover, roughly 37 seconds of power play time in the third.
Well, it turns out to be a mountain of bodies here in front of Burke here, but Seattle doing a good job, and the reason there's a mountain is because they take the puck to the net hard again. No surprise, from below the goal line to the front of the net. That's a part of their game plan. That's a plan.
Troy Rutkowski, by the way, will join Kevin Uretsky between periods. We'll hear his story, and what a great one it is. Signing with Ottawa this week, so stick around. Troy Rutkowski, the Winterhawks captain, dropping the puck. Final couple seconds of the period. Elliott tried to wrap it around. Rutkowski was there to stop him, and that'll do it for the second period of play. And what a dandy hockey game we've got tonight before 10,000 plus. In fact, truth be told, just under 11,000 at the Rose Garden. The home team, the Portland Winterhawks, holding on to a 4-3 lead through 40 minutes of play. Seattle leads in shots, 27-24. Scoring chances in the period, there were 11 total, 6 for Portland, 5 for Seattle. And how about this? 19 total hits, 11 by Seattle, 8 for Portland. Who said this game doesn't mean much tonight? 4-3 the score. Don't forget, Papa's in the house and wants to give you the Papa John's Power Play offer. Go online to papajohns.com tomorrow and receive 50% off your entire order by entering promo code WHL50. Better ingredients, better pizza, Papa John's. Troy Rutkowski joins Kevin Uretsky when we come back.